Cracking, what's cracking, what's cracking? What's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Tim's Tidbits. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it for everybody that's not on the live and you watching the replay. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Got all my precautions in place this time to make sure we don't drop no audio, to make sure that I know when stuff going wrong. Got my phone set up so when people be hitting me up, got the door open so if my sweetie or my kids be like, it ain't acting right, we can get it together. But yeah, man, let's get right into it, man. What's up to everybody that's tuning in? Like, thank you for tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. Today is October the 10th, 2021. What's going on, man? Hey, first and foremost, if you wanna get the slides, that I'll be using to go through, go to my Instagram bio, click on the link tree link. The first one in there would be it'll say Tim's Tidbits, and my chat moved. Hold on, I want to make sure. There it is. I want to make sure I see the chat. It'll say Tim's Tidbits. Y'all can download the slides. Every Tim's Tidbit that I done did on Instagram or YouTube, not the reels. What's happening, family? Not the reels. I got slides that you can get, and it's for free. You ain't got to give me no email. I ain't trying to solicit nothing. I ain't trying to sell nothing. I'm just trying to share the stuff that I learned about the stock market, you know what I'm saying, over the past however long I've been doing it. And I'm trying to put it out there for the free ski whiskey. Putting it out there for free because I want everybody to get to that financial freedom. All my cousins, all my family, all my friends, all my brothers and sisters. I want everybody to get to that financial freedom, so I'm just sharing the stuff that I've learned. I don't know everything. I ain't the best at it, but I'm just sharing what I know for free. And today, we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people been hitting me up about, talking about swings, swing trades. How can I make good interest? How can I make that? First and foremost, I ain't going to be giving you no particular swings. I'm going to give you the things that I think about, the things that I look at, and the tools I use to decide when to enter my swings. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. Today, we going to be talking about swings and things, right? We talking about swings and things. So what swings and things, Tim? Well, I'm going to get into that. Before I get into that, y'all know what I got to do. Y'all know I got to get into my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a fiduciary. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. Do your own research. Investing involves considerable risk, and you should always consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. If you need a financial advisor, I know a great one. He's my personal financial advisor. His name Dustin Tidbits with jazzwealth.com. That's jazzwealth.com. If you need a mentor, I know a perfect mentor. Her name is Kiki Williams with Stocks to Freedom. I know another mentor. His name is P Dub with Stocks to Freedom. I know another mentor. His name is Stock Baby with Stocks to Freedom. So if you need a mentor or a financial advisor, hit up any of them people that I just said, because I am not one. But with that being said, I'm just going to share what I've learned along the way for the free ski whiskey. Now let's move on past the thing. How to pick swing positions, right? First and foremost, my personal opinion, my personal humble opinion is the first thing you need to do is have a dedicated list of things that you want to invest in. If you got a dedicated list, it's going to make it easier to, you know what I'm saying, narrow your thesis, because it's impossible to try to watch every stock throughout the S&P 500 or the Dow or whatever you trade. So if you got a dedicated list, that's where you want to start at first, with a dedicated list. Then you want to make sure you done did your research on it. You want to make sure you done back tested it. That way you can predict the most probable direction or the most probable move. So you want to start there having a dedicated list of stocks or ETFs. And if you don't know what an ETF is, an ETF is an exchange traded fund. Now, my list that I watch, I got a real short list. I got 3 things on my list: the SPX, XLK, and Apple. That's my dedicated list. Them the only 3 things that I know in and out. That's the only thing if 9 times out of 10, if I'm gonna be making a swing trade or a leap or anything like that, it's gonna be on either the S&P 500, which is the SPY is the ETF for the S&P 500, the SPX, which is like the options contracts for the S&P 500, and the ES, which is the futures for the S&P 500. That's all. Them three up there, they together because they the same thing. Matter of fact, let me blow this up a little bit just in case it's kind of small for y'all. They the same thing. XLK, I'm into tech. I like tech. I don't like to try to put a whole lot into one company, so I like to use the tech, the Spider ETF XLK, because I like tech, right? A good alternative, if you like tech, I'll say it's QQQ. The reason why I like XLK over QQQ, XLK, that's steady Eddie. QQQ is real good too, but I feel like it's a little bit more volatile. That's my personal opinion. And then Apple. Why do I like Apple? Because I like tech. Apple, you know, it's a market mover. It's one of the market movers that's in tech. So that's why I like Apple. Apple, my swings are more so with like XLK. I may swing Apple every now and then, but the most part if I'm swinging, it's XLK or SPY or the SPX. Them what I'm swing trading 9 times out of 10. And I will swing trade Apple every now and then, because Apple, you got to catch it at the right time or it's just going to move sideways and make you mad. And you ain't, your capital going to be locked up for a long time. Other stuff that's on my radar. And this is the stuff that I watch. Right, this ain't my dedicated stuff, but the reason why I watch this stuff, I watch the other FANG stocks. And if you don't know what FANG is, I think Jim Cramer is his name. He coined the term FANG for the big market movers. That's Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Tim, stop trying to think. Just read your slides. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. That's what FANG stand for. He coined that, not to be confused with, it's an actual stock that's FANG. The ticker symbol is FANG, but FANG, the FANG stocks, they the market movers. That's why I watch them. Usually when they running, they holding the market up. When they dropping, they pulling the market down. If you ever notice, when the market seems like it's kind of just moving sideways and all the sectors booming except for tech, because these big boys ain't doing nothing, so the market ain't just booming, it's kind of creeping up. When the big boys take a break, the market tend to drop. When the big boys run, the market tend to run. So them the market movers. So I watch them. I be wanting to see what they doing to see how the market gonna move, because I trade SPY the SPX, and that's the market, the S&P 500. A lot of people they consider that the market, because they try, all them hedge funds trying to beat the S&P 500. So if the market movers are moving, I want to be go long on the market. If the market movers are pulling back, I want to be going short on the market, right, on my SPY or my SPX positions. Microsoft, that's another market move. It's not a part of FANG, but it's another market move. It's a big company. Tesla, that's a market move. I'll be watching Tesla, so I watch these because they the market movers. And they not my dedicated list, but they the oh my goodness, I done got nervous. Uncle Charles in the building. Uncle Charles in the building. I got to get on my P's and Q's now. But the market movers, I watch them, so because I trade the SPY or the SPX, so whatever they doing, that's typically what the market gonna be doing, because they're market movers. XLE, I keep this on my radar because XLE it's got oil in there. Them oil companies in there like Chevron, Exxon, all of them. When the big boys start moving their money out of the risk type stuff, out of the risk type stuff, sometimes they'll transition over to XLE. They'll trans over to oil. Y'all hold on. Am I buffering? It look like it's buffering on my end. It'll look like it. I mean, they'll transition over to oil sometimes. So sometimes I'll jump in there and catch a quick swing on energy, because energy tend to run when they moving away from tech. And then, like, matter of fact, XLF too, sometimes that'll run when they go to moving away from tech. Sometimes XLF will run, because XLF is like the 4th largest sector weighting in the S&P 500. So it's like it's in the top 5. So if XLF, meaning the financial, so the banks, so if the banks are doing good too, that's kind of holding it up too, because XLK is the largest holding in S&P 500. And then you got XLV, I think it's next, and you got XLF. I ain't gonna try to remember all of them, but they in the XLF is like the 4th weighted, right? Is so I'm watching those because I trade the SPY, I trade the SPX. So whatever the market movers are doing, that's what the market is doing. And then like XLE is the smallest weighting in the S&P 500. The XLE sector, the energy sector, is the smallest weighting. But when them big boys taking their money out of that risk, they moving over to stuff like oil. And then oil is the only thing that I've seen that you can almost close your, if oil running, sometimes you can just close your eyes and jump in, because for some reason Wall Street will keep pushing oil. Even though oil making all new highs every single day of the week, they'll keep pushing oil higher and higher and higher and higher. So that's, I like to watch oil, because if tech ain't giving me what I want, it'll they'll be going to XLE. I can like jump in and get some stuff on XLE. All right, see, one last, okay. And then I also, this is how I make my entries. Now, I was going, before I was telling, like, have a dedicated list, know what you want to invest in as far as your swings. It could be swings, it could be long-term holds, it can be short terms, but it's all the same concept. It's just the amount of time you staying in the position, right? So I also use, besides just doing my DD and the fundamental analysis of it, I really rely on my support and resistance levels when I'm making my entries. Like on my swing trades, I'm looking at my daily support levels to decide when I want to enter 9 times out of 10. I'm looking at my daily support entry levels. Sometimes I'll look at my 4-hour levels, because those levels are pretty strong too. But for my swings, I'm looking at the daily levels to enter. And I'm gonna pull up trading view to give you like a visual representation of what I'm saying. And then I also sometimes use Fibonacci retracements, and I kind of line them up with my daily entries to like give me a second confirmation of, is this a good place to be going in? And a lot of times, like the where the market is now, it's like a fuzzy area. So you really want to wait for that confirmation, and I'll show you what I mean when I say it'll be in a fuzzy area. And then also you may want to look at like the moving averages too, like simple or exponential. It's a difference in them, but it ain't so great that either's going to give you a great advantage if you're using them for like swings and longer term investments. So if you want to use an EMA or SMA, my personal opinion is for swings and longer term holds, it ain't gonna be so much of a difference that it's gonna make a difference in your entry, right? So for I look at the 20 and the 50 basically for like ETFs. If like, because a lot of ETFs, they really don't drop below the 50 a whole lot of times. So around the 20 or the 50 EMA or SMA, just look at how the asset moving. And I usually use that for stocks. I mean for ETFs primarily, and some stocks bounce off of that too. So and when they playing with that area, I'll be looking at like 2-week swings out to maybe like a month swing, right? When they flirting with that 20 or 50. If it's down around the 72 or the 100, I'm looking at anywhere from like, for ETFs, I'm looking at for like a month swing all the way out to a 2-year leap, depending on the ETF. If it's down there around that 70 or that 100 EMA or SMA, for the stocks, I'm looking at maybe like a 1 to 3 month swing, depending on the stock, if it's moving fast or slow. And if it get down to the 200 EMA for an ETF, no doubt I'm looking at leaps on that all day long. I'm putting because that's gonna be, it's on sale for an ETF to get that low. Well, it depends on your ETF, but for my ETF to get that low, it's on sale. And for stocks, I'm looking for anywhere from like 3 months to a year swing on a stock, depending on how fast it moves. If it's a slow moving asset, I might be looking at a year to 2 years. If it's like, you know, if it's something that moves a little faster, I might be looking at anywhere from 3 months to a year if it get down to the 200 on the stock. So with that said, I'm a shout out my people like I always do, and then I'm gonna open up Trading View and show you like and on the chart what I'm talking about as far as support and resistance. And if y'all got any questions, put them in the chat. And if y'all do anything, go ahead and put in the chat what you do, and y'all read through the chat and link up with each other, man. Each one teach one. So first up the bat, y'all know who it is. My little sister, Kiki Williams, Stocks Their Freedoms, baby. At Stock Queenie on Instagram. Check out, very educational. The Come Up series, they go live on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You really want to go check out all of the older videos and tune in every Tuesday and Thursday. Market Mondays, EYL. They do a thing called Market Mondays on Monday nights at 8 o'clock with a brother named Ian Dunlap. I didn't put they IG names on here because they way too long to make my slide ugly. But I think it's like the Master Investor for Ian Dunlap, and then I think it's EYL University for EYL. The world famous Bond Bullies, Jason Sweetie. This is my dude. If you want to know anything about futures, Jason Sweetie is the bomb. He's about the best futures trader I know. But a side note, if you join Stocks to Freedom, P-Dub, the homie Pat, he amazing with futures. So if you join Stocks to Freedoms, you got everything you need, one-stop shop. How to swing trade, how to day trade, how to invest, and how to do futures is all in one place. Stock Zay, the homie Stock Zay. First Gen Wealth, aka the Run Up. Hit him up. Stock Zay on Instagram. Learn with Lex, the little cousin Lex. Learn with Lex on Instagram. Y'all go check her out, see what she can offer to you. Finance on Fleek, Big Draco. What's up, Draco? Finance on Fleek. Go check out. Draco got a new page. I can't remember what it's called. Draco, if you in here, put your new page in the thing too. It's called Profit. I don't know. Put it in the chat, Draco, if you in here. Yeah, man. Check them people. Oh. Uncle Charles, if you want to know anything, I think it's Wall Street Consultant. Uncle Charles, if you still in here, put your IG in there. Y'all need to follow this man. Y'all need to follow this man. No cap. If Uncle Charles ain't in here, somebody put Uncle Charles. I think it's Wall Street Consortium. I don't know. Put it in there for him if he ain't in here no more. Y'all need to follow that man. Now let me pull up what it's called. What is it called? Trading View. Trading View. I lost my train of thought for a second. Let me pull up Trading View. Oh, it's going on the other screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Get myself together. I'm like, why it's not pulling up? But it was going to the other screen. Got too many screens in here. We going to Trading View. Let's go to Trading View. Gonna pull up charts. If y'all got any questions, put them in the chat for me. People were saying they be I don't see the questions in the chat sometimes. Don't use the question box because I'm using this Lula, and I don't think it showed me the questions if you put them in the question box. So put the questions in the chat if you got questions, and I'm gonna try to ask my sweetie to help me out. Okay, what we on? SPY. Let's just stick with the SPY. I got a lot going on my chart right here. Don't mind that. These blue vertical lines, I just marked that for, you know, every time the SPY was pulling back on the monthly things. It just be little notes I be making for myself, right? So when I be talking about when it pulled back to like an area of support, right? If you look over here to the left, where I'm circling the mouse right here around these candles right here, this area right here where the price came up, it consolidated for 3 days, then it came down. Then when it came back up to this area right here, then if you notice, it starts sitting on top of that area, right? So in my mind, that's an area of support. And these are daily candles. So I would mark that as an area of daily support because it tested it as resistance for 3 days. And then once it came up, it ain't even bust through it. It gapped through it. See, it's like a big gap right here. It gapped through it. So they really just pushed the price through there. Said, forget y'all. Boom, we gone. And then it consolidated for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like it consolidated for more than a week right there. So that's really strong support there. They couldn't get back through it. And then the next month when they came down, they couldn't get back through it. And look at the price move that it came off of that area. So in my mind, I'm thinking that's a good area to get in for a swing when it revisits that area. If it revisits this area right here and then it gives me the confirmation of going back up, that's when I'm going long on my swing. swing. And then if you notice, that's right around the 50 EMA, and it will be a daily support right there. So you got the double confirmation of, okay, this is an area of support and it's right around the 50 EMA. So you got double confirmation, right? And then let's go and check it with like the fibs. When I was saying with the fibs, so I get my fibs and I come from this low right here, the lowest low from any time that I'm looking at it, come from this low, click, drag in the direction you think it's going. I think it's going up. So I go to this high. This is the high, right? And so when you come here, boom, this one right here, this pullback didn't get a 62% retracement. This only got close to 50. So if I was waiting on a 62% retracement on that one, I wouldn't have got picked up on that. But if I was basing it off of support or the 50 EMA, I definitely would have got picked up on my support because it hit that support. And then if I would have been waiting on the 50 EMA, I might not have, I can't see it, but looking at this, I may not have got picked up because I don't know if it touched it like looking back, but I know it went past that support, so I would have got picked up there. So that's why I use different things of confirmation to, I'm using the support and then I'm confirming it with the EMA and I'm confirming it with the fib retracement, right? So now let's come up here and today. This where we at now. This where it closed at on Friday. And that's when I said the market in a very crazy place right now. You really want to wait on confirmation is because here we go. It's in a crazy place. This is like going back to the same area of support, right? The same area of support when it was coming down like here. It was coming back to this area of support, right? And we had this weird gap up right here. Right, and then we came down, it bust through with force on this counter, some heavy selling. It bust through with a whole bunch of selling on volume. Heavy selling bust through, right? Then it consolidated for these days, but then look what it did. It gapped back up above the support. It didn't bust back through. It just gapped back through. Right, so that's kind of weird price action to me because it didn't just go through, it gapped back through, and then when it came back down, it didn't break back down. It stopped, and that support is holding right now. So that looked kind of fishy to me. So it's like, which way is it going to go? And then if we pull out some fibs, let's pull out some fibs on this right here, right? If I pull out some fibs, let's just say I'm of the mind of this right here is ready to go down. So I come from this high and I pull it to this low. If you look, it came back to like a 79% retracement for the downside, right? So people of the bullish nature that use fibs, they thinking, oh, this ready to go down. But the people who are bullish, they looking at it like, this ain't going down. This support is holding. So right now, who gonna win? Nobody know the future. So you know what Tim gonna do right here? I'm gonna wait until OPEX over to see if we pull back during OPEX or if we bump up and then pull back at the end of the month. I'm gonna sit here and wait for confirmation. That's what Tim gonna do before I take a swing on the SPY. But that's hopefully I ain't go through that too fast, but that's how I use my support and the fib retracements and the EMAs to determine when I want to get in on my swing trades. So if y'all got any questions on that or if on anything else, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'm gonna try to look through what's my girl Lex in the building. I'm gonna try to look through here and see if I see some questions. Let me scroll back through the chat, see if I see some questions while we're going through. Got the good camera to fool with you, Doc. Shout out, Doc. Appreciate you too. Appreciate you too.
Do you consider seasonality with your timing on swings?
Seasonality, yes I do. Yes I do consider seasonality with my swings too. I went over that in another video. For anybody that wasn't tuned into that, let me show you what I Let me show you what I use for seasonality. Let me show you what I use for seasonality. It's a site called stockcharts.com. Stockcharts.com, right? And when you come to stockcharts.com, I come over here to seasonality. on the in the little drop down. I put it on seasonality, got a little snowflake by it. Then I'll type in the ticker symbol I want to see, and then what it does, it breaks down over the past 5 years, like every month that's on here is showing at the top the percentage of times that it closed higher than it opened that month, and then at the bottom it shows the average return of that month, and all of this is based over the last 5 years. So over the last 5 years, XLK closed higher in January 8% of the time, and it was a 4.1% return, and in September it closed 40% of the time higher than it opened in September, and on average over the last 5 years it's a negative 1.8% return. So I use seasonality, and especially when it comes to my leaps, I really use seasonality to connect it with, is it at a 100 EMA or a 200 EMA or 50 EMA at a level of support, at a level of resistance, because you can look at the level of resistance too if you want to take a put. And one thing about it, let me say this, what I like to do, what I typically like to do when I'm getting my positions, I'm at the money game. Don't steal me. I'm about to get my t-shirts with it. ATM, at the money game. I'm at the money game. When it comes to my swings, I try to get my swings at the money. And if you don't know what that mean, at the money mean it's like right at or very near where the thing is trading at now. So if XLK trading at 150, I'm gonna try to get as close to $150 strike as I can for the next month out, or for the next 3 months out. Out the money mean you get a price that it hasn't got to yet. OTM, out the money. If you out the money gang, you get a price that it hasn't gotten to yet in relation to the ATR that you think is going to get to in the allotted time. Those are going to be a little bit cheaper, but they not going to have any value to them except for time. So the only thing on your side is time. In the money gang, ITM, you buying your strikes for a price that it has already passed. It's already, if it's trading for 150 and you go get a 145 strike, or if you going down and it's trading for 150 and you go get a 155 strike because it's going down, you know, it's like it already done passed that. But anyway, I'm team ATM. I'm at the money gang. When I get my money up, I may switch over to in the money gang for my swings. But yeah, I do consider seasonality.
Spy the daily ATM. Stocks to freedom in the building. All them shouting out love.
Doing great.
Uncle Charles.
He's on something. Look at the volume.
Ever think of using the TTM
Oh yeah.
squeeze?
Oh yeah. Uncle Charles dropping. I see Uncle Charles dropping some gems in the chat. Y'all need to look at that.
Ever think of using the TTM squeeze?
Now.
They probably had a question.
Hold on. I'm trying to see over 2 weeks. Would we could see
Frame do you use confirmation?
time frame for confirmation for my swings. I try to use my daily levels for for my entry confirmation, and then I may enter as low as a 15-minute. If I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, I may enter on a 15-minute chart, because that's the chart that I watch if I'm trying to day trade. I watch a 15-minute chart. So I may enter on a 15-minute, but I got my support line drawn at my daily and my 4-hour and my 1-hour levels. So when I see it, if it whatever level it's playing with, I make my best entry, you know, based off of, I may do it as low as a 15-minute time frame, and when the premium at a good price. The name too long.
That might be it. What time frames do you use for swings?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. What kind of camera you using? Oh, it's a Canon C200. That's the camera I'm using.
That's about all the questions.
Spy at the daily. Can you make the chart slightly bigger? Oh, the chart was too small.
So I'm gonna show it to you.
Yeah, the chart was too small. Y'all want me to go back to the chart?
That was a long time ago.
No, that was a long time ago. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Next time I try to Next time I'll try to Wall Street Consortium. Okay, that was Uncle
What was
Charles.
that in the background?
Confirmation. I think we how do you think the blackouts across the globe and fuel shortage affect the market this quarter? Um to be honest, the with the fuel shortage, I think they gonna use that as an excuse to keep pumping up oil. Cause like I say, oil the only thing I've ever seen the market would it can be making all time highs every day, and Wall Street just keep pushing it up. It will not come down. It's like when oil start running, it's like how Tesla was in 2020. It just won't come down no matter how high it go. Um, as far as like that's how I feel about that. I think they gonna use that as an excuse to keep pumping up XLE, but that the energy, using it to pump up energy, because and I think about it like this right here, like me and a lot of other people think we going to like clean energy and electronics and stuff like that, but we can't do it all at the same time. You see how like they hating on Tesla. Tesla like light years ahead of everybody, but they jumping behind stuff like GM and all that. The people that's like 50 million years behind. They talking about they electric cars coming out in like 2030 or 2035 or something. And Tesla done had cars on the road since 2010, but you don't want to get behind them because you want to get behind the ones that still gonna make money off these combustible engines. They still gonna make money off of oil and petroleum. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna just jump ship like cold turkey like that. They got to ease us into it so they can make the most bang for their buck. Um, what else? Did I get everything, everybody? Did I get everything? People be hitting me up saying I don't be seeing their questions. If I ain't see your question, man, I apologize. I done been on here. How long I been on here? I done been on here for where did it go? I don't know. I can't see my timer no more, but I done been, oh, there it is. I done been on here for 32 minutes. I done been on here for 32 minutes, so I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more, man. Tim is 100% correct. Gas prices go. Look it up. Uncle Charles done gave me the co-stamp. Gave me the co-sign. I can end it on that. I can end it on that right there. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like I say, follow Uncle Charles. I need to put Uncle Charles on my chart. He's he like a consultant. He a consultant. He like help people get they financial investing thing together. Y'all need to get at that man. Learn with Lex. She can help you out. Finance on Fleek. She can help you out. Stock Queen, Kiki Williams. All these people gonna help you out. They got a lot of free information they putting on the internet. They got the free information is gold. So imagine what the stuff you paying for gonna be. Me personally, I just put the stuff out here for free because I'm retired and I ain't got no time to be working for nobody. It's free advice from me to you, free information from me to you. You can take it or leave it. Hey, man, I want everybody to get to this bag. I want everybody to be in a new Wakanda when we build it. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. My name Tim Rogers. This been Tim Tidbits, and I'm gone.